Have you ever exploded just because of one careless comment? A friend's offhand criticism, your boss's sharp tone, or a message that was seen but never answered, only to find your whole day spiraling downward. That sting of feeling disrespected or overlooked can make you want to explode, but after the anger fades, all that's left is exhaustion and regret. There was once a man exactly like that. He got angry at everything, handing the keys to his inner peace over to anyone who crossed his path, until one unexpected meeting flipped his entire life and taught him how to reclaim full control of his emotions. If you're ready to stay calm no matter what harsh words come your way, drop a 1. If you feel like anger is still running your life every single day, comment 0. In a quiet village tucked beneath the mountain's edge lived a man named Raheem. And whenever someone mentioned Raheem, everyone remembered one thing: his explosive temper. It felt like he carried fire in his chest every single day. If a meal was missing just a pinch of salt, he snapped at his wife. If the neighbor's cow wandered into his field, he shouted like disaster had struck. Even the sound of children laughing outside was enough to set him off. "Be quiet. Can't I have 1 minute of peace?" Raheem believed he had every right to be angry. In his mind, the world was a mess, people were careless, and he was simply teaching them a lesson. His wife, Amina, had asked him gently many times, "Why do you let such tiny things steal your peace?" But Raheem brushed her off. "They don't respect me, so why should I stay calm?" What he didn't realize was this: every outburst was another moment he handed control of his emotions to someone else. And the more he tried to prove he was right, the more drained, empty, and defeated he felt, like he was the one losing every battle he started. One summer day, a strange monk appeared in Raheem's village. He wore simple white robes, walked slowly, and carried a calmness on his face as still as a mirror-smooth lake. He rarely spoke, yet every word he did say seemed to land straight into the heart. His presence alone changed the atmosphere around the village well. People came to draw water, then stayed a few extra minutes just to feel their worries fade. Amina noticed it. She thought, maybe this is the chance. One afternoon, she gently said to her husband, "Raheem, you should meet the monk. You might learn how to keep your peace." Raheem scoffed. "What would a monk know about my life? He doesn't live among careless people like I do." To Raheem, the monk's calmness was a luxury. Anger was the only way to survive, the only way to be respected. He turned away, carrying his pride and the fire still burning inside him, unaware that he was about to face a lesson he could no longer escape. The next morning, Raheem went to the fields early, burying himself in work to forget his wife's advice. But life seemed determined to test him. By noon, the neighbor's young son ran past and accidentally dropped and broke Raheem's most treasured tool. That single sharp crack was enough to ignite him. Raheem's face flushed red, his eyes burning. He roared so loudly that the birds in the field burst into the sky in fright. "Are you blind? Do you have any idea how valuable that is?" He charged forward, unleashing harsh words like stones. The boy trembled, burst into tears, and ran home with his face buried in his hands. The people nearby went silent, some with pity in their eyes, others with quiet sighs. By evening, Raheem walked home, still simmering with anger. But once the house fell silent, that fire inside him slowly dimmed, leaving behind a cold, empty ache. He sat alone, chest heavy as if a rock was pressing against it. "Why do I always feel worse after I shout?" he whispered. That night, Raheem tossed and turned, hearing nothing but his own heartbeat pulsing with exhaustion. Before the sky had fully brightened, he stood up. He wasn't angry at anyone, just tired of himself. Raheem walked toward the old banyan tree where the monk always sat in stillness. This time, not to argue, but to look for a way out. Under the banyan tree, the monk sat as if time itself had never touched him. Raheem stood there awkwardly for a moment before letting out a weary sigh. "Master, I'm tired. Whenever someone says anything, I explode. I want to stop, but I just can't." The monk opened his eyes, gentle and clear like water. "Sit down," he said softly. Then he asked, "When someone angers you, how long does the anger stay?" Raheem replied, "Sometimes an hour, sometimes all day." "And when it finally fades, how do you feel?" Raheem lowered his head. "Empty, exhausted, sad." The monk nodded. He lifted a small cup of water. "This water is calm now, but if I shake it..." He gently stirred the cup, and the water turned cloudy with bubbles. "Can you still see your reflection?" Raheem shook his head. "That is your mind. When it's stirred, you can't see the truth. Anger burns the one who carries it. It burns no one else." Raheem frowned. "So, should I stay silent when someone insults me?" The monk smiled. "No. Learn to respond, not react. When someone throws mud at you, you can catch it, or simply step aside. The choice is always yours." The next morning, the monk told Raheem to bring a pot of water and a handful of sand. Raheem obeyed. "Now, boil the water," the monk said. The water rumbled and steamed fiercely. "Can you touch it now?" Raheem jerked back. "Of course not. It's too hot." The monk nodded. "That is you when you're angry. When your emotions are boiling, you cannot touch peace." Then the monk dropped a spoonful of sand into the pot. The water instantly turned murky. "See how the sand dirties the water?" he said. "Your reactions dirty your mind the same way, but if you stop stirring..." He scooped some water into a bowl and left it still. After a moment, the sand sank to the bottom, and the water cleared again. Raheem stared at it for a long time, as if he was seeing himself for the very first time. From that day on, he practiced breathing before speaking. Whenever someone irritated him, he remembered the monk's words. "Don't catch the mud." It was hard at first. The old habits rose like flames. But each time he managed to pause, even for a single breath, he felt a bit lighter inside. One afternoon at the market, a vendor tried to overcharge him. Raheem felt his blood heat up, but he stopped, breathed slowly, and said calmly, "I'll buy from someone honest." Then he walked away. Strangely, for the first time without shouting or arguing, he felt a deep, steady peace, as if he had finally set down a burden he'd been carrying his whole life. A few weeks passed, and Raheem noticed something strange. Everyone around him was the same, yet he was different. He looked at his wife, at his neighbors, and finally understood a truth he had never seen before. No one had ever made him angry. He was the one who allowed anger to control him. Since learning to pause before reacting, he slept better, felt lighter, and could finally see what was worth holding on to, and what he should let go of. Raheem smiled to himself. Peace doesn't come from a life without problems. It comes from the way we choose to face them. If you want to master your reactions and protect your inner peace, drop a 1. If you still feel your anger pulling you around, comment 0. We can't stop people from saying hurtful things, nor can we block every problem life throws our way, but we always have the power to choose our response. Every time you react in anger, you hand over the steering wheel of your life to someone else. Every time you pause, breathe, and step aside, you take your peace back. Just as water becomes clear only when it stops being stirred, the mind becomes bright only when we stop grabbing the mud life throws at us. Real strength isn't in shouting louder. It's in having a calm enough heart not to get dragged into every storm. Remember this: you can't control the wind, but you can control the sails. And the moment you choose calm, you begin to live freer than ever before.